Okay, so we're on Maple Ward. We've been doing RPIW, which always starts with understanding the current state. And as you can see, and there's layers of this, there are a lot of mapping of how the patient gets through the process, and also a real brainstorming of where the bottlenecks are, what the issues are, and why the systems don't work properly. That brainstorming of issues led to over 70 different ideas for improvements on the ward. What that did, if we look over here, is beginning to think about collating the ideas. The ideas then led to bits of work where data got collected. For example, the spaghetti charts on the wall, the before and after photographs. We collected data on what needed to be done, and then got into taking some of those ideas, if we look round this way, the ones that really got worked on in terms of getting waste out of the system, improving processes like the MDT, like the way safety checks were done on controlled drugs and so on, right the way through to some really quite big issues, the most important of which was the layout of the ward, which taken with the other improvements could lead to nearly 60 hours of released staff time on the ward to get back to the bottlenecks. Ultimately, we hit our targets, and this final chart, which is the different colours represent different days. This is anxiety to optimism, this is sad to happy. The team got happier and less anxious as the week went by. We did a report out to the sponsor, who was Helen Ray, the Chief Operating Officer, Moya Kushla, who's the head nurse, chief nurse here in the Trust, and some other key members of staff who wanted to see how we'd been getting on, including, of course, the senior matron, who's responsible for the operational control of the ward.